She got £50, I'm afraid.
She weighed 1,000.
Suck on a mama. Suck on a mother. Fuck off. Yo, gatekeeper, play me blood clot show.
Suck your mother 1,000,000 times.
Depressed music. Oh Lord, Trauma made another one. DA got no hope.
Depression took it to 10.
Yo Pierre, you wanna cry out here?
When I was a young boy.
You don't have future here. You don't have future. You can never make it. You're supposed to be a dinner man, serving dinner to the students in the secondary school. Because you cannot do basic 1+1. You are here breathing heavy like a dog. Think about your life. You are a failure. You are a failure. You can never make it. You know you cannot make it. You need to be cutting grass, making this place fresh for the actual footballers that want to use this place. You are tired. You are here. What have you done? Useless. Me with my pregnancy, I'm better than you. Idiot.
फरवरी, मार्च, अप्रैल, मई, जुलाई, सितंबर, अक्टूबर, नवंबर, संडे, मार्च, अप्रैल, मई, जुलाई, अक्टूबर, जनवरी, फरवरी.
Give me wife, give me children, give me this, give me that, kill my enemy, kill my enemy, kill my enemy, give me, kill my enemy, give me. Anyone that doesn't want me to succeed, die by fire, die by fire, die by fire, die by fire, die by fire. Give me this, give me that, kill my enemy, give me that, give me this, give me die by fire, die by fire, die by fire, die by fire, give me.
If it's me or my dad, you get a scar on your chest like Saga. She fighting, that's something bad that. My thing working. Come through in a beat up Honda. Give one the 100 slap like Yonda. Give it the man, can I ride the rhythm? Cause I spit the fire just like Douse him. I'm a Liverpool invader, climbing to the top just like Vega. You view me, nobody can save ya. On the Mac, man, away too major. Shocking them teeth like Blanca. I got money in the bank, I'm a banker. You got money in the... Look, pick with the hooks like Bullrock. Get the raver jumping like a bullfrog. I've been doing it for more than a while. In the game, I'm a soldier like Gaio. So, cause they're big like Zangief. Dope when you get ever tried it. Now you don't want to get into no big man beef. I'm here, if you want to lyrical. I'm the guy, son. Stuck in a pretty like a dice. I'm like a big man. If you want to come on. If it's me.
Top with a thing in your face like what did he say? Yo, I know why I never got the award, cause I'm still putting man up in a hospital ward. If I pull up in a Honda Accord, long clip teeth so big enough to floss with a sword. I don't know why they wanted to. Yeah. I know why I never got the award, cause I'm still putting man up in a hospital ward. If I pull up in a Honda Accord, long clip teeth so big enough to floss with a sword. Don't know why they wanted the war. I ball out with hooligans, scrapping at home and abroad. You went there, you was home with your broad. Tell him I ain't messing when I'm chefing his beef with the rams, couldn't handle the sauce. Big boy set surrounded by 20 dead MCs, feeling like I'm trapped in a morgue. Turning to a corpse, sperm and alive with a fantastic four. Would you expect when you man gas up a torch? Sets on my own mic, on my left blade, on my right. Never ever got my back to the door. Luke Skywalks when I come man with force. You don't want me battling, battering. Grab a snake and rattle it. Firing so many shots from the top, the ground looks like a gravel pit. Wanna see what I got till I unravel it. Look how they starring, babbling it. You and I'm backing it. When it gets messy, they don't tackle it. Take who's chain aboard, you ain't having it. Never caught that lamb, but claim you're trapping it. Fool, it's not that in it. You ain't got the belly, you're grabbing it. If I left the money, you're grabbing it. Snakeboard MC. You been in the ground for years with that stacking it. Every year attacking it, that's why I'm busy. Summer after summer, you man know I'm busy. They don't know Dylan, so every
Yo. Been a hot girl from Paul's Boutique and a slick type heart in my rolled up skirt. I pass round in no industry, your favorite MC gets swerved like Tub. There she thinks she can chat for me, you ain't even a freak, you're just a little dirt. Come against me, you must be absurd, like I'm the hottest chick in here, no jerk. Who brother you for suck, your mother them coulda never reached Big B more thorough. I just wanna ball like I need more gala, or should I be a wife like I need a more seller? We were outside, you was not outside, you snapped the wheel, that is not your right. Said he wants me to be his ride or die, but I'm just a girl, I am not your wife. Raised in the era of Gully and Gaza, so you know me, I could just switch it, reverse it and flip it. Thinks that she bad, them girl are just timid. I'm not just bad, me, I'm coming on wicked. But you knew that already, my friend them few, I don't roll with many. I don't trust nice man, but I still love Temmie. Just said hi and I gave him a nasty with it, I got crafty lips. Where I fuck up the beat, I get archy with it. I can back my chat like yes, I said it. I got the juice, I'm too acidic. Why does my man think he's the shit? I've saved his name, is weirdo, don't pick. He hits women, you call that a bitch. I'm real from my forehead down to my them girl have a new friend every week. I can't trust it if we ain't 10 years deep. I don't want your man, I heard he's a creep. Them man to pictures of feet. Fine babes don't hate, and the hating bitches ain't fine. If he ain't giving me his die, what time? I swear that nigga ain't mine, trust me. Yo, I'm like, trust me. Yo, I'm live, and I just done did it. Do the dance, Biggie bounce with it. I'm live, and I just done did it. Do the dance, Biggie bounce with it. We're live, and we just done did it. Do the dance, Biggie bounce with it. We're live, and we just done did it. What? AG, Biggie bounce, Biggie bounce, Biggie bounce.
Come with it. Whitman. That's a throw, my brother. I think they turn it up a little. Out to the ladies. Beach settings, infinity. Outside the birthday gang. Outside Shannon. Outside Amber. I am a money maker. Hand to the edge of a money maker. For one time, you're a money maker. If you're on this train, money maker. Hand to the air, money maker. For one time, money maker. On this thing, money maker. You see us terminal. You see me. You see me. I ain't watching you. I ain't watching her. I ain't watching him. I got to dance and bubble and sing. Terminal 4 with a terminal 3. Terminal 4 with a power goes. When you come to my house, just respect my house. Don't let my house. Somebody out of the house. When you come to my house, just respect my house. Blood clots over them. What's wrong with it? What's wrong with it? Hold on. Hold on. I'm like, no. I'm like, yeah. Play sleep hop. Hold on. Play wiggy. Hold on. I'm like, no. I'm like, yeah. Can I please have your attention? I said this is the captain's weekend, and I'm in the terminal 4. Can I please have your attention? Early.
I'm gonna keep doing how you make me feel. Boy, you standing taller to fill the darkest and the hardest of time. Hope your vibes make sense. Yeah, so and we're making care all the children there, and if required, we'll be on the front line. 'Cause you can call me by my name, I am ready to roll. Once the rules remain the same, how the call me anytime. Lioness is on the rise. Never seen.
Hey, look, play that, hey. The one thing in advice that, you know. Look. Let me go to my bunty killer guys. Some boy don't like the sunrise start then. Come up like that now. I realize that. Blood flower. When you ready? Yo! Good morning! Happy New Year! What are you here? What's one about him? I know what I'm about. To me. Jamaica! Gaza Nation! Alliance Pupanaya! I want to feel like Carter. Come with us, murder and blood clot. They look no one at your blood clot. To the girl, they find the Pachapa. Yo! Oh, if you don't touch, oh, we not do that. Catty can't carry, no, we not do that. Tell us I want the one, it's a good night. If I'm if you good, don't judge me, not do that. Man, I said, he's nasty, girl, we not. Run up some nasty, girl. When you got the company, they can't do that. Man, I don't know for that, but we not do that. Well, no man, no fever, can't bad, but no fever treat. Why the tell on me, then. General, I remember the son of Luther. That's a lesson. Well, if I want all the rules, get some people that boy, and man, not perfect, get some boys and girls. Hallelujah. Well, tell them all the fears and them all the figure. Remind me of the mention. He had his head, everybody had them. Run yourself. Well, why come a brother, no from another? Has read rumors about Shelly's house. Shelly say, yeah, I see ya. How come it come in and I learn of him? Oh, my God. Don't bring a central second. What is boy? Tell him the last mic. Tell him of the fear and them of the figure. Remind me of the this is the diva. He had his guy. And the man is every good of the treasure. Level. All our people are going to celebrate cartel freedom now. Give me this, please. It's a happy New Year. We envision this moment, you know. Long time, you know. You see, all of the people that were in hold the faith and know that God is great. Say, God is great. God is great. Happy new life. Them try to take your life and God give you a brand new one. Brand new one. Respect my father. Brand new year. I again. Brand new life. Brand new success. You are phenomenal. Yes, sir. I remember when Ron Butler brought him. Yeah. And I said, this man is a lyrical genius. Enough producer, gal and boy, never believe us. And now, improve that he is the father. Dancehall Pharaoh. Member. Listen to me. And I don't want you to feel like you are taking nobody's throne. You built your home. Yes. Independently. The hungry man, Ronya, will never sign to an international label and sell gold and silver for me in prison. A king has risen. Yo! And we learn from the best. We learn from the best. Remember that. Yo, I'm so happy and elated today.
I just want to say thanks, Jamaica, to give us the support, to support the youth them with talent. All of the people that believe in a faith and hope, it's the antidote to cope. Don't sell your soul. Heart and soul is the goal. See the man, yeah? I hear them saying, the world boss. So, without further ado,
Yeah, my father.
give me again. Look into my eyes, tell me what to feel. Can you feel my pain? Am I not enemy? You must have the way. It's a really bad. The only friend I know.
It's the friend I have.
Want to kill and give you the originality. But I shall have the respect and the equality. It's a good opinion, it's a good equality. Any girl them say there's no big personality. You go for me now, people for nationality. Working money, but we not both vanity. Tell a facile and double be like a massivity. Whenever come, punch up. Man a bad man, so me no friends. They're flat, me down here. Do it to
Yeah,
you.
my father.
Do it to you.
Yeah, my father.
How you mean? Come on, Happy New Year! G-Block is here. Yo, hey, yo, you can't fucking kill it, you know. You can't test the killer. How you mean? Yo, I said Happy New Year. Warlord is here. But, boy, come on, road and say a sword. Say a lion, them a cause black cat. Hey, I'm a walkless boy, oh liar. Man, oh, I did it. So, come on, man, what you telling me? Man, the street block up in this biatch. Yeah, man. Alright, let me run on one quick joke and then let's get busy.
That's why you fat. Look at you, greedy. No, you can have it. You can have it. You got it, brother. You thought it was some snacks in there? Look at you. You can go ahead and take it. It's a big box for a big back. Come on and get it. I know you need it.
I think I was confused, bro.
Oh, I think you hungry. And people act abnormal when they hungry. You seen the Snickers commercial. Come on and get you his little box. Don't try to run either. I don't want you to have an asthma attack on my porch. Get the box. I know times is hard.
I don't live too far.
I know you ain't walking far. I know you ain't walking far. You ain't got to tell me. Go ahead and get it. Big back. You too big to be a thief. Come on and get it. At this point, I just want you to get the steps in. You never know, it could be some workout equipment in there.
Really, I can't hear anything. Maybe it's me. But hold on.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, my bad. I didn't know my mic was muted, you know.
Oh shit!
I
Yeah.
can't hear you.
Oh shit! Yeah. I was
Man.
not playing. G-Block.
Yeah, man. So what go on? What you telling me? Yeah, go. Then the Benz like Spragger. One bag of weed, a mama clock grabber. One bag of gal like Shabba. One bag of gal like a dagger. Lick the gal leg with the hammer. Lad, make the gal bar for their mama. Lad, make a rascal ball out judger. Walk on, man. So let me slap up the shout outs real quick. Yeah, shout out Golden Clouds, they are. I mean, shout out Disclo, Debla, they are. Walk on, Adam S.
Wait, belly.
Yeah, man. Old tight. Man like Adam S. They are 9200. Yeah, me. Old time melanated goddess in the building. Jeez. Yeah, me. Old time. Hannibal Rush Trill did that. Come. Yeah, man, like gain, you know. Come on, crypto gains out here, you get me? You telling me, man? Mad. Just scroll up a little bit more. Scroll up a little pickle. Man, like, wait, man, gal, let me pray, man. I want them feel like. That is what we like.
Okay, man.
Jeez. Man, like Barry Coogan. Oh, go on. You telling me they are? Old time. Cole Holmes, they are mad. She by Jiggernaut got the gal them in them art. Mad.
In our art. Chee.
Man like Father TT, you know. Rise up the llama. You mean they up on the cars? Oh, them jeez. You mean old time Skyworks, they are. Everything is everything.
Yeah.
Yo, EIE. EIE. Cuz, I don't know where you've been yet, but you need to watch the video of Jupiter and Wendy getting beat up on TikTok. Yeah. That's what you need to watch still. Yeah.
No, free Wendy, man. Free Wendy. Hey, Wendy, I'm still on your team. Free Wendy. Fucking free Wendy. Free Wendy.
Oh, yeah. Nah. It's not even for that. It's not even for that, man. Yeah, there's a part with an Irish lady where she jumps on, yeah, and she makes a quote, yeah. She starts off, yeah, then boy. From then onwards, oh mate, it's gonna be peak. Yeah, man, but yo, obviously I'm not gonna do your homework for you, innit? You know what I mean? Yeah, you gotta do some work, you know?
Free Wendy. Wendy, I've seen some terrible videos of you, Wendy. Terrible videos. I'm really disappointed. Terrible videos, Wendy, of you saying the most odious and ghastly of things. Ghastly, Wendy. Just being the most horrible, racist old bag. Just being really horrible. Somebody who just has salt and pepper to season her food, that type of person. Don't be that person anymore, Wendy. It's okay to change. It's okay not to be a scumbag anymore, and I'm going to help you along that journey.
I know some nice people that don't use seasoning, though, man. Just using seasoning makes you like an unnice person. Or just
It does. Veli, I'm sorry, bro. It does.
No, man. Because some cunts use seasoning too, cuz. You mean? So
fucking Belly IG block is the best, man. I don't give a fuck. Oh man. Nah, listen. Fuck me. EIE, man. Yeah, where you been? Jump in, man. Fuck, you know. I'm not gonna lie, secretly, I saw the video of Jupiter and Wendy getting slain on TikTok, and it is the thing, right? Every single time they're presented, with facts that go counter narrative to what they believe, like the cognitive dissonance just kicks in 100%. It's nuts. But Veli, listen, I just want to quickly tell you this because I've got to run upstairs and I've got 1,000 bottles of water on me. I saw a video today that's predicting, listen to this, no joke, Tommy Robinson potentially could be the Prime Minister. Just, I need you to let that sink in.
Elon Musk is spazzy dad.
Yeah, bruh. Yeah, and this is the thing, right?
Spazzy dad. Anyone in the fucking UK don't actually believe that, you know what I mean? That.
No. But here's the thing. Wait, Veli, wait. Veli, wait. You have to understand, right? I know
You say,
pretty
let
much what
let the dream be alive, bro.
Yeah. I know pretty much what you're gonna say, right? But here's the thing: one thing people don't realize, Tommy Robinson is a fucking god to these man, a god. So the fact that he's being persecuted, and remember, Velly, the whole thing about the Wendy and Jupiter TikTok clip, every time they're presented with information that goes counter to what they believe, they're either not willing to hear it or can't hear it. And if you're telling these
like
man,
I was saying, yeah, in these settings, yeah, it's like basically debunking the cult leader makes the cult go stronger.
This is the problem, bro. This is the problem.
Yeah.
This is the problem. And like I said, Benny, listen, I can't lie to you, and I can't stress this enough. Tommy Robinson is a god to these men. Like, bro, listen.
I need to drop that one on Dave Smith, actually. Okay, like,
yeah.
So, if there was two people, and one of them had to die, would you pick Tom Robinson or Jesus Christ?
Fucking hell. Well, Jesus he's already done his bit. Do you know what I mean? Fucking hell. But no, it's all joking aside, I'm using the word God. I'm using the word God quite deliberately, right? Because I realize, remember, for certain man, and what I'm realizing is he can't do any wrong, and the more you arrest him, the more you lock him up, the more they feel that you are persecuting him for something that is specifically the grooming gang scenario. Because of the whole reluctance to prosecute anyone initially, because he was the one that uncovered it and they're vexed about it, if you persecute Tommy Robinson, all you're doing is making that grooming gang
man. You jumped on the bandwagon, man. Other people.
No, I'm not talking about. No, I'm not talking about Elon. I'm not talking about Elon. I just mean no. Elon. I'm not even interested in what Elon got to say. I can't even buy the fucking Cybertruck now.
The first grooming gang things. It's just like
no. It's a fact. That's his thing. That's what I mean. Because he's built a movement on it, and he listen to the message, Belly. White British girls are getting fucked up by people we don't like, and the fact that he's saying it. The fact that he's saying it, they're going to rally behind him. And the fact that you're persecuting the man, bro, I'm telling you something.
You know what it is, yeah? It's because there is actual people that are doing some of the stuff what they're talking about, right? But obviously, not every single Pakistani don is a fucking groomer or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
of course.
That's the whole thing. That's really the big issue of it, right? Because if there actually wasn't anyone performing any of the acts that the people was complaining about, then we could just say straight conspiracy theory bullshit. Hold on, yeah? I've got business to do, man.
Yeah. All right, so I'm just saying. Look, I for me personally, the whole thing about this grooming gang scandal is, I think, obviously the victims, but the sheer reluctance to actually go out and do anything about it, and the reports where people were telling the authorities nothing was getting done. I think that's a historic injustice, and the fact that Tommy Robinson is now rallying behind that, and you're locking him up, the optics to the general public looks fucked up. So all people do, all the authorities are doing, or the state are doing, is making Tommy Robinson, you're vindicating him by punishing him. And in fact, you make him a fucking Robin Hood character, in fact. Just Robin Hood. Like, Tommy Robinson can't do any wrong because he's speaking about something that the majority of us can get our fucking teeth behind. We can all unanimously agree that fucking child sexual exploitation and abuse is wholly wrong, inexcusable under all circumstances. So if he's running out saying there's a specific group of people that are doing this specific crime, and this specific crime I've got a real fucking problem with, and if the majority of the country agree with him, and then you lock up the guy who's got the message that everyone agrees with, it's a fucking problem. You can try and lock him up, but all you're doing is making him a fucking hero. And I'm saying, people, if you do the same thing, over and over and over and over again, expect a different result, we all know that that's insanity. So, boy, I don't know where we go with this because, like I said, I saw a report today that Tommy Robinson is basically a god. So, most people are not really going to want to hear anything that goes counter to what he actually puts out there. So, and remember, we know we live in. I've had to reluctantly accept that we live in a new age now where how we feel matters more than what the actual facts are. Now, I'm refusing to willingly participate in that. But the fact that the majority of us seem to dwell and just live here is sickening. Imagine that. Full access to the internet. All the information that we need in the world is there. And the majority of us choose to act like and believe dumb, stupid shit. Crazy. Hero worship and tribalism is so toxic. Hero worship, tribalism is fucking toxic. It makes you turn a blind eye to things that are just absolute horrific bullshit. And it leads to roads that are just uncomfortable. No. I was just ranting, man. I was fucking ranting. Yeah, I was just ranting, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, Ouch. You know what?
Yeah.
You got time to have a little quick butchers look at this video? Quick butchers. Quick butchers, yeah?
Yeah, go on.
Go on, have a quick butchers, son.
Go on. Come on, let's go.
Man.
But the last time I attended a debate on child rape gangs, there was just one Labour backbencher turned up. They should hang their heads in shame. But will the Home Secretary agree with me that we need a specific inquiry into why young British white girls are being systematically raped by men of Pakistani heritage?
Secretary.
Let it pause. Let it signal is bad. Let it no play.
Oh shit, my bad. I thought I was off mute still. My bad. Yo. So Lee Anderson's framing there is braised still. Like, it's the whole thing, right? Because obviously you can mix truth with a lie, and it's hard to call out that. Well, then you have to go to do 10 steps to fish out the misinformation in that, like, because as far as Lee Anderson's concerned, it's only white children or white girls that might be getting abused by these people that are taking advantage of people that they can take advantage of.
Here's the thing though, really. Let me play devil's advocate. I'm being honest. I actually like on the record, of course. I actually agree with what he's saying. The way he's phrasing this is fucking crazy. But to play devil's advocate, is he talking about abusing white British girls in general, or is he speaking specifically to the up north Pakistani grooming gang scandal itself, or is he just saying because from what I just heard? Yeah. Go on.
It sounds like what he's saying is like there's grooming gangs of Pakistani dons that are only targeting white children up and down the country or whatever. Although there is some people that might be doing that, I think it's framed like that's the only group that might be carrying that stuff.
Yeah. See, this is the thing. This is the thing for me, right? I feel like you're either against abusing children, or you're just not. But here's the thing. For me, when I'm listening to this, what I'm hearing Lee Anderson do is gaslight the British public, right? And imagine you're throwing meat to the wolves, bro. There's what he's saying. The majority of us, all of us, even us that can see through what this fucking prick's doing, the majority of us can see what he's doing. He's gaslighting everybody to say, look, this is going on. It's not being addressed by a specific group. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like, I've got some feelings about demonizing and dehumanizing specific racial groups, because in history we've seen where that can lead to, right? So I've got a real problem with this, right? But you have to understand the message behind the message. What I feel like he's doing is saying to the vast majority of the white British public, I'm one of you. I think how you think. I care about what you care about. To me, it comes across as a cynical attempt at just pure gaslighting, right? But remember, the words he's using, you can't really pick holes in it, because what he's saying is, up north, Pakistani dons have just been keeping up madness up north, and at the moment, this is a hot button subject. It's hot button, and you know, we all know, the abuse of children is wholly wrong. It doesn't matter. So if it's happening to your group and it's not being addressed, and you're angry about it, and there's someone who's in a position of authority is speaking up for said group, all that's doing is acquiring votes, Belly. Votes. And I'm being honest, this is the thing about politicians. This is the reason why I don't like them. They're slippery and slimy. Sometimes I feel like, do they actually care, or do they just want to keep their job? Do you know what I'm saying? And just throw meat to the wolves. Just throw it out. It's easy. Because essentially, anyone that goes against him now, all he's going to say is, so you don't care about the systematic abuse of British girls up north? Is that what you're saying? It's a fucking well orchestrated trap. It's hard.
That's what it seems like. The framing of if you make an argument against, that's basically one of the first accusations that will be laid at you, that you just don't care about the white girls or whatever, or because they're white, you don't care about them. And I think what it may be is really that, say, on the investigation level, if that's even a word, with the police or the social services and so on. It's more of a class thing, right? So people of lower class standings, or we'll say like working class standings, and people and sort of like that, they're not believing the stuff what they're being told by people in do you know what I mean, in these circles or whatever, when this sort of stuff was coming out. And that was one of the things that was exposed in the inquiry, that seems like it's a bit of it could be a bit of a class issue as well, right? Because imagine if a posh girl had made accusations in the same vein, do you think that it would have been swept under the rug, or they would not believe them, or
Veli,
like that? I don't think
that's the thing. Wait, Veli, hold on a second. One of my students was telling me they went to one private school, and there was one of the posh rich white dons that was like sexually abusing girls, and he was able to get away with it because his dad's a magistrate. So I'm being honest with you, brother. Like, stuff goes on in those well-to-do schools that we don't know about.
That's the point there, Ultra. Like, he was able to get away because he was his pops was a magistrate or whatever, but it was investigated court to court or whatever, right? The police
and more. I don't even know if it went that far. I don't even know if it went that far. But obviously, as soon as an allegation is made in a school like that, by the school, 100%.
See, that's what seems like has happened, right? That a lot of people that have been victims of said things, even some of the parents who've made contact with police or social services and so on, and even in some of the inquiry reports, it shows that certain times the police, social services and adults, where they was dropping them back to the places where they just flipping come from being abused. Do you know what I mean? Like,
wait, hold on, whoa, because I haven't kept up to date with all of this. So the grooming gangs their victims would go to the authorities, and the authorities would drop them back to the grooming gang.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like in some of the.
That's fucking wild. Jesus. See, again,
even one time, even David Jupiter and all that's jumped on there before, and they said that there was.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't know. I haven't gone through this report thing, to be honest with you. But like, if that's accurate, where the victims were dropped back to the fucking assailants by the authorities, then that's a systemic failing and historic injustice, and that type of thing makes people angry. And then, if again, to bring this back to Tommy Robinson, if you lock up the guy that's speaking the loudest about it, like, you're making a mistake, because all that does is then say, yeah, so you, the state, the authorities, you made these mistakes. Rather than address them, you're covering them up, and you're locking up anyone that has the balls to do anything about this historic injustice. It's a fucking uphill struggle, bro. And like, bro, people don't realize all you do by chatting shit about Tommy Robinson is you're just further cementing in the eyes of most people that he's essentially God. Imagine the guy brave enough to do something about it, and rather than address what he's saying, you lock him up. Even though he's been locked up for what I believe is probably rule of law, like it or lump it, you're just making him a hero. You're gonna have to start calling him fucking Toby Robin Hood or Robin Yaxley Lennon. Yeah, because boy, I don't know, man. Yeah, people are crazy. I don't know, man. Man's God. So anyway, let's see what the chat is saying. I swear you can tell the truth about uneducated idiots. Oh, big up Natty, man. Come on, man. Big up Natty. Vigilance, let it play. Stick a fork in him now. Big up Con. Happy New Year. Oh, Happy New Year, everyone. EIE 244 of the planet. I don't know what that means. Oh, we have rates on roads for exposing the breathing energy. Yeah, but here's the thing, Jax Blaze, right? This is the thing. If Tommy Robinson's saying there's a specific group of people that are abusing kids up north, and we've found out that historically nothing was done, and Belly's just said in some cases the victims were dropped back to the assailants, that's a systemic failing of the state. Now, if Tommy Robinson, or let's just say fucking even Ghost Speaker's Corner, for fuck's sake, if Ghost Speaker's Corner now says this is going on and this specific group of people are doing this specific crime, and then you lock up Ghost, you just make Ghost a hero, because he's the only guy, or the guy with the balls big enough to fucking speak up and do something about it. The guy that's giving the victims a platform, bringing something that's historic, a historic injustice, into mainstream current affairs. All you do is make this person a hero by persecuting them, because it just looks like more of the same. And then the only one thing I will say is that the fucking internet has got really, really short memories. So after a couple of weeks, if we just stop talking about it, it's just gonna fucking go away. It's fucking crazy out here, man. It's fucking crazy. Nah, listen, EIE, we need to free Wendy. EIE, you and me, we're gonna save Wendy. What do you think, EIE? Yeah, let's embark on the mission to save Wendy. What do you reckon? Can we save her? I think we can save her. I think we can fucking save Wendy, man. It's not too late, Wendy. We can save you. Hold on. What's Luke saying? So we're having this argument yesterday. Belly and his mate were arguing that's already been an inquiry and it should be dealt with by local councils, but we argue those councils covered it up and it needs to be handled nationally. No, see, here's the thing, Luke, right? If historically, if Belly just said to me that the victims were in some cases dropped after making complaints of abuse, were dropped back to the assailants. I'm being honest with you. Secretly, it's not secretly, because I'm going to tell you, I'm really struggling to get my head around that. Like, I can't articulate how confused I am by that. If that's actually true, right? In which case, if those same councils are then meant to head up an investigation into the abuse that they failed at, that seems like a conflict of interest because heads are going to roll. That means heads are going to roll. That means people are going to lose their jobs. People other than Tommy Robinson are going to go to jail. And I'll be honest with you, I very much believe, I've never said this before, but I do very much believe a lot of this is about class. And this is one of the things, just to circumnavigate into Brexit quickly, people saying, the sovereignty in Brexit. You don't matter. The only thing that's sovereign is Parliament. The only thing that's sovereign is Parliament. You as a stupid little individual citizen, you don't matter. And in fact, I would even go as far as to say, the only people in this country that matter are the political class and their assistants. That's it. All you other stupid working class wankers, including me, we just need to shut the fuck up and go to work. Yeah, go to work. Shut the fuck up, you stupid working class schmo.
It was, yeah.
Filthy. Just go to work and shut up. Oh yeah, sorry, Bells. I was ranting. Sorry, my bad.
Ultra ranting.
Yeah, man.
Cool, man. You know that so like obviously there was a couple of different arguments that was happening yesterday. My main argument of the inquiries yesterday, was that there's already 20 plus implement recommendations that they were supposed to be implemented. Like, why ain't the people that making up noise for them to make these implementations first of all, instead of having a
what are they? What are the implementations?
Instead of having a that's what I'm trying to say. Like, there's 20 because there's been an inquiry first of all, and already an inquiry. Okay. There's been recommendations, and I think Labour laid out some of the points that they was going to be implementing yesterday in Houses of Parliament or whatever.
Wait, was it when you say that? Do you mean like to prevent this type of thing happening going forward? We're gonna put in this rule to ensure. Okay, but what are they doing about the historic injustice? Like, has anyone been prosecuted?
Right? Yeah. Okay. All the people, whoever they've investigated has been, whoever they found have enough evidence behind the prosecution or whatever they've brought to court for prosecutions and all that sort of stuff there as well. I'm not too sure if any of the new implementation recommendations means that there's old cases that they have to go back into to look into to investigate or whatever. But I'm sure that any of the people, like with any of the recommendations that are the new implementations that's supposed to be laid out by, or were supposed to be implemented from Conservatives, but Labour's now going to implement them. They're like stuff like it's going to be a criminal offence for someone to be knowingly covering up child abuse and all that sort of stuff there. Like any of them companies like say like a police officer or social services, nurse, teachers, whatever. Like some of the public sector. Oh, fuck's sake, man.
Yeah. Also as well, one other thing as well, what's really fucking annoying me is how people are just like the left, Labour. Bro, this shit was yes, it happened initially under a Labour council, but you had 20 fucking years of Tory leadership, right? And not one of those Tory cunts that you voted for initially lifted a fucking finger to help these victims. Not one of them, right? So I just sometimes the way you guys just act up and turn a blind eye because you know those people might be singing your tune, it just makes me sick. And we all know anything that makes me sick, I'm always right. Anything that makes me sick, you know it's fucked up. Oh. Bells, hey Bells, I've got a dust, man. I've got a dust. I need to excuse me. I need to get upstairs. I need to get upstairs. But I'm gonna listen into the show, yeah. All right, my bro. Peace, yeah.
I got a fucking business meeting coming up in a sec, man. So I gotta flick out a bit still. All right, let it playeth.
No, they should hang their heads in shame. But will the Home Secretary agree with me that we need a specific inquiry into why young British...
Secretary. We need to make sure that young people, that children are being protected. These are vile crimes against children, and across the country we have seen young girls, we have seen teenagers, and we have seen young boys who have been exploited in the most cruel and horrendous way by perpetrators. We have seen the abuse by Pakistani heritage gangs, paedophile gangs operating online. We have seen abuse in communities and institutions and in family homes. All of those crimes are truly horrendous. It's why after the Rotherham inquiry in 2014, when we saw the appalling abuse, including by a Pakistani heritage gang in that case, I called for the duty to report. I called for the law to be changed so that it was a responsibility on public servants to report child abuse and that it would be an offence to cover up child abuse. The government that he was part of for many years failed to bring that duty to report in. They failed to do so, and we have lost a decade. We have to change the law. We have to make sure that we go after abuse without fear or favour wherever it is found, in order to get justice for victims, protection for victims, and make sure that dangerous perpetrators end up behind bars.
Rape gangs and the grooming of children has haunted Keighley and the wider Bradford district for decades, yet local leaders have consistently refused to launch an inquiry. The National Independent ICSA report the Home Secretary is treating as a silver bullet wasn't an inquiry into rape gangs, and nor does it reference Keighley or Bradford once, despite many, including myself, fearing that the scale of this issue across the Bradford district will dwarf that of Rotherham. So if the Home Secretary believes that the ICSA report gives us all the information we need to tackle this vile and disgusting crime, can she tell me how many children across the Bradford district have been abused through child sexual exploitation? Who are the perpetrators? And when will my constituents expect to see them behind bars or deported?
Sorry, I had to pause there still, yeah. The Conservatives think they're slick still. They said behind bars or deported. Oh, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's what we call that, cuz dog whistling. But anyway.
Madam Deputy Speaker, there are appalling crimes that have taken place.
Necessarily true, cuz you can only appeal to the ECHR if your actual life is going to be in danger in your country, innit? You know? So, hey, let it play.
against children in Bradford, in Keighley and across the country. Truly appalling crimes. And we also have to, all of us, face up to the fact that child sexual abuse and exploitation continues. This is not just about historic crimes, this is about continuing crimes and abuse for hundreds of thousands of children across the country. And that is why it is so important, first of all, that we take forward the reforms that have been proposed, that we make sure we have the way to keep victims and survivors' voices at the very heart of this. But some of it has got to be about how we change the way that policing and councils work together, implementing changes and reforms, including on the duty to report. And what we are also doing, because he obviously raises particular local concerns, what we will also be doing is working with Tom Crowther and with the victims and survivors panel on how best local areas can best involve survivors and victims in what has happened in their
bang on about playing politics for this important issue. But the last time I attended a debate on child rape gangs, there was just one Labour backbencher turned up. They should hang their heads in shame. But will the Home Secretary agree with me that we need a specific inquiry into why young British white girls are being systematically raped by men of Pakistani heritage?
Secretary, we need to make sure that young people, that children are being protected. These are vile crimes against children, and across the country we have seen young girls, we have seen teenagers, and we have seen young boys who have been exploited in the most cruel and horrendous way by perpetrators. We have seen the abuse by Pakistani heritage gangs, paedophile gangs operating online. We have seen abuse in communities and institutions. And
Bradford district for decades, yet local leaders have consistently refused to launch an inquiry. The National Independent ICSA report the Home Secretary is treating as a silver bullet wasn't an inquiry into rape gangs, and nor does it reference Keighley or Bradford once, despite many, including myself, fearing that the scale of this issue across the Bradford district will dwarf that of Rotherham. So if the Home Secretary believes that the ICSA report gives us all the information we need to tackle this vile and disgusting crime, can she tell me how many children across the Bradford district have been abused through child sexual exploitation? Who are the perpetrators? And when will my constituents expect to see them behind bars or deported?
Madam Deputy Speaker, there are appalling crimes that have taken place against children in Bradford, in Keighley and across the country. Truly appalling crimes. And we also have to, all of us, face up to the fact that child sexual abuse and exploitation continues. This is not just about historic crimes, this is about continuing crimes and abuse for hundreds of thousands of children across the country. And that is why it is so important, first of all, that we take forward the reforms that have been proposed, that we make sure we have the way to keep victims and survivors' voices at the very heart of this. But some of it has got to be about how we change the way that policing and councils work together, implementing changes and reforms, including on the duty to report. And what we are also doing, because he obviously raises particular local concerns, what we will also be doing is working with Tom Crowther and with the Victims and Survivors panel on how best local areas can best involve survivors and victims in what has happened in their area to make sure that victims and survivors are properly listened to, that they can get to the truth, and also that fundamental changes take place for the future.
Paul Wall.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. In the last few days, my town's name, my hometown's name, Rochdale, has been exploited by some people who treat child rape as a political game rather than as an appalling crime that should be dealt with. The horrific abuse of children by grooming gangs, many of them predominantly Pakistani heritage grooming gangs, was compounded by failures by my local council and by the local police. All Rochdalians, whatever their background, want to see sex offenders prosecuted swiftly and punished harshly. So, can I welcome the Home Secretary's statement today, and can I ask her to leave no stone unturned in implementing all the recommendations of the J report, something the opposition signally failed to do?
Home Secretary.
Well, my right honourable friend is right to recognise the seriousness of these crimes. Obviously the experiences in Rochdale, including not just the issues around gang networks and the Pakistani heritage gang networks that he talks about, but also some of the experiences in care homes that took place as well, some of the other issues that have been investigated over the years, and the terrible experiences of victims and survivors as a result. But he's also right to say that what we actually need is change, and that has to be about how we work with victims and survivors on taking forward new reforms and changes, but also how we're going to have to go further in a series of areas, because the thing about child abuse and exploitation is that perpetrators change this all the time and they look for new ways to abuse children, and that is what we have to keep tackling.
Nick Timothy.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. One of the most shocking details of the rape gangs is the evidence of collusion and corruption among police officers, social workers and local councillors. Will the Home Secretary commit today to establishing a unit in the NCA dedicated to investigating not only the untried perpetrators, but the police officers, social workers and local councillors complicit in these disgusting crimes?
Home Secretary.
Well, the honourable member makes an important point, which is that alongside the issues around pursuing the perpetrators, which always has to be the greatest priority, because that is about protecting victims and making sure those who commit vile crimes face justice. There also has to be a responsibility on people for their own public roles, whether that be in policing, in local councils, but also in other institutions, as we've seen issues around the Church of England, issues around the Catholic Church and other institutions that were investigated as part of the inquiry. But one of the reasons that we are so keen to change the law, and indeed it's something that I raised back when he was working in the Home Office, was the importance of changing the law on the duty to report, is that is what then makes it an offence if you have public officials who are covering up or who are failing to report. And that's why it's so important that we do that, so we can have proper accountability as well.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker, and I sincerely commend the Home Secretary's statement. The independent inquiry into child sexual abuse was extremely comprehensive. Over the course of 7 years, it examined 2 million pages of evidence and heard from over 7,000 survivors, every single one of whom we should pay tribute to today. They relived the most horrific trauma, only for the last government to drag its heels on implementing the report's recommendations. Calls now for a fresh inquiry from the Conservatives and Reform are a shameful attempt to stoke division at the expense of victims, survivors and children. So I thank the Home Secretary for refusing to give in to this deeply harmful and offensive political point scoring. And I ask, can she set out a timeline of when she expects to have fully implemented the ICSA recommendations?
Home Secretary.
Well, I think that the clear point, as my honourable friend says, is that victims and survivors need to be at the heart of the work to take forward implementation of reforms and changes. We want to work with the new Victims and Survivors panel in order to draw up timelines. And I do recognise that some of the areas around reform are difficult. So this is something where we need extensive work with victims and survivors on how to do so. But there are other areas that we can move really swiftly on, like changing the law on the duty to report, like changing and overhauling the way in which we collect information and data, and we have proper monitoring systems in place in local areas around child sexual exploitation and abuse. But what I hope we can build is the same sense of consensus about what our objectives are, which is to protect children. That's what this should all be about, and that is something that I hope everyone will sign up to.
Hi guys, if you held on to the belief that the Tories still have somewhat of a moral compass, then what's happened over the last few days should really put any doubt to bed. In Parliament on Monday, we had Tory after Tory jumping on the Elon Musk Reform UK bandwagon, demanding a public inquiry into the grooming gangs. Not wanting to miss an opportunity to use the victims as a political football, we now have Robert Jenrick pretending to care about those who are on the receiving end of abuse. Now, thankfully, his hypocrisy was called out by Nick Robinson on the Today programme. Have a listen to this.
When I was Home Office Minister with Suella Braverman, we did take forward...
Did you raise it when you were a Home Office Minister, Mr Jenrick?
Well, I did discuss this with the Home Secretary, but it wasn't my portfolio. I did discuss it with the Home Secretary.
Did you raise it in the House of Commons?
Nick, I wrote about this last year, and I was criticised for it.
Yes, I've checked Hansard today, and it's not a perfect test. When you put in the name Robert Jenrick, grooming, no mention. Grooming gang,
I wrote about
no
this,
mention.
Nick, I wrote
Rotherham,
about this last year.
No mention. Oldham,
I wrote
no
about
mention.
This, Nick, last year,
Rochdale, no mention. Child sexual abuse, no mention, Mr Jenrick. Child rape, no mention. You have not raised, or have you? Please correct me if my search is wrong. The issue of mass gang rape and child sex abuse that you're so energised about, you have no evidence you raised it as a minister and no evidence that you've raised it in the House of Commons.
Nick, I wrote about this last year and was criticised by the media for doing so. Suella Braverman was heavily criticised by the media for raising this and by making the link to the cultural and immigration elements that lie
Well, let's turn
behind
to that,
it.
because
But this
it's an
is not
important
about
point.
us. This
No,
is
no.
about the victims.
Sure.
And it is right to hold a full national inquiry.
What an absolute charlatan this guy is. It's not about us, it's about the victims. Once again, you're jumping on a bandwagon in order to improve your standing within the Conservative Party. I've said this before, he's looking for an opportunity to become the leader of the Conservative Party. Trying to out-Farage, trying to appeal to the extremes in society. What an absolute charlatan to say, this is not about us, this is about the victims. Now, he mentioned here that I brought it up when I wrote articles for what? The Telegraph or the Express? You had many opportunities in the House of Commons to raise this and you did not. Now, there were a number of inquiries. There was the major inquiry, but there have been a number of findings from that inquiry. And what did it suggest? Well, it suggested that there should be more investment in public services. There should be greater cooperation between different government departments. There needs to be greater scrutiny of government departments. And the Tories refused to implement those findings. They decided we're not going to go ahead with that. So £200 million was spent on an inquiry. People were brought before it. 7 years it went on for. People, pouring out their hearts, talking about very difficult situations that they were in, facing, a very difficult situation. And now they're being told, well, actually, we're not going to follow through with the findings, but don't worry, we're going to demand another inquiry. So what the Tories and Robert Jenrick in particular here and others want is to drag all these victims back to have another inquiry, to spend a huge amount of money once again, and then do what? To reject the findings of that inquiry as well, like you did before. These people have no right to talk about inquiries. They have no right to talk about the victims. This is them jumping on a bandwagon. They didn't care about the victims when the report released its findings. So why should we think that they care about them now? He's a charlatan, along with Suella Braverman and others. And it's really sad that, even so-called moderates within the Conservative Party are jumping on this bandwagon as well. It's almost expected that Robert Jenrick and Suella Braverman would engage in this ridiculous, disgusting behaviour. But even the moderates are doing it, which shows that they truly do not care about turning victims into a political football. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what do you think? As always, your
into the NHS, some people watching might be worried about backdoor privatisation of the NHS. You talked about it being a partnership. Is this then a project that you will continue until you have cleared the backlog, or is this perhaps a permanent innovation? And on Elon Musk, I do need to ask you this. He called your safeguarding minister, Jess Phillips, an evil witch, a rape genocide apologist who should be put in jail. Does that sort of abuse of a minister make you feel angry? And what is your response to that? Thank you.
Thank you, Beth. Let me address both of those. Firstly, look, an element of private sector support for the NHS has been there for a very, very long time. This is not new. And clearly we need to make best use of it. The agreement that we've signed today is to make sure we can do it better, so that it's not just the sort of cherry picking of cases. It's a more comprehensive use, which will allow us to get the waiting lists down. Of course, the priority today is waiting lists, but I'm not ideological about this. Where there's capacity that can be used that will help us deliver in the NHS, then we will continue with that partnership. On the question of Elon Musk, look, I think most people are more interested in what's going to happen to the NHS, frankly, than what's happening on Twitter. But you asked me a really important question that's been in the news for the last few days. I am going to, with permission, just answer it quite fully, because it is a really important, frankly, than what's happening on Twitter. But you asked me a really important question that's been in the news for the last few days. I am going to, with permission, just answer it quite fully, because it is a really important set of issues. And let me start with this. Child sexual exploitation is utterly sickening, utterly sickening. And for many, many years, too many victims have been completely let down by perverse ideas about community relations, or by the idea that institutions must be protected above all else. And they've not been listened to, and they've not been heard. And when I was chief prosecutor for 5 years, I tackled that head on, because I could see what was happening. And that's why I reopened cases that had been closed and supposedly finished. I brought the first major prosecution of an Asian grooming gang. In the particular case, it was in Rochdale, but it was the first of its kind. There were many that then followed that format. I changed the whole prosecution approach because I wanted to challenge, and did challenge, the myths and stereotypes that were stopping those victims being heard. So we changed the entire approach, not without criticism at the time, I might add. And when I left office, we had the highest number of child sexual abuse cases being prosecuted on record. Now, that record is not secret. As a public servant, it's there for all of you or everybody to see. I also called for mandatory reporting of child sexual abuse. I called for that a decade ago. The Tories did nothing about that for those 10 long years, including when the J report came out nearly 3 years ago now. Central plank, mandatory reporting, still hasn't been done. We're going to do it. But let's just to bring it in closer, and I will answer you on Jess Phillips in particular, because those that are spreading lies and misinformation as far and as wide as possible, they're not interested in victims. They're interested in themselves. Those who are cheerleading Tommy Robinson, not interested in justice. They're supporting a man who went to prison for nearly collapsing a grooming case, a gang grooming case. These are people who are trying to get some kind of vicarious thrill from street violence that people like Tommy Robinson promote. And those attacking Jess Phillips, who I'm proud to call a colleague and a friend, not protecting victims. Jess Phillips has done 1,000 times more than they've even dreamt about when it comes to protecting victims of sexual abuse throughout her entire career. And so just as I took on the criminal justice system and the institutions when I was chief prosecutor, I'm prepared to call out this for what it is. We've seen this playbook many times, whipping up of intimidation and threats of violence, hoping that the media will amplify it. Now, Jess Phillips does not need me or anybody else to speak on her behalf. But when the poison of the far right leads to serious threats to Jess Phillips and others, then in my book, a line has been crossed. But I enjoy the cut and thrust of politics, the robust debate that we must have. But that's got to be based on facts and truth, not on lies. Not on those who are so desperate for attention that they're prepared to debase themselves and their country. So this government will get on with the job of protecting victims, including child sexual abuse, mandatory reporting, accelerating the processes. But what I won't tolerate is this discussion and debate based on lies without calling it out. What I won't tolerate is politicians jumping on the bandwagon simply to get attention, when those politicians sat in government for 14 long years, tweeting, talking, but not doing anything about it. Now so desperate for attention that they're amplifying what the far right is saying. So that's what I say about Jess Phillips.
You just spoke about private care going into the NHS. Some people watching might...
You make